everyone, welcome. I was gonna say welcome back, but this is my first video, so welcome to my channel. My name is Kaylee and I am the artist and creator of Darcy's Curio Shop, and today I'm going to be showing you my crochet inventory. First things first, if you're meeting me, you also need to meet Darcy, the inspiration and true owner of the Curio Shop. Wanna say hi? Yeah. So I actually just finished moving, so I figured I should get my inventory together, and I thought it would be kind of an interesting first video. So the first thing is my leggy frogs. I sell these for $8 each or 3 for $20, and I do mix and match with my bees, which I have 4 of, so you'll see those later. But I do have right now a couple different colors. So we have yellow, green, pink, and then for some reason I have like an ungodly amount of white because I didn't realize I had so many white, and then I had white yarn and I was like, oh, let me make more white frogs, which don't really sell because they're kind of a boring color. But yes, I have a bunch of these. So we've got 3 green, 3 yellow, 3 pink, 1 miniature little blue guy. I used a different type of yarn for him, and the yarn was obviously a lot thinner, so I will not be using that yarn again, but he's still pretty cute. And then we've got 7 white frogs. So in total we have 17 leggy frogs, and I would like to hopefully get up to 20. I don't have a big craft fair coming up soon. I do have my first artist alley at a Comic-Con, which is very exciting, in July. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, since I just did frogs and I told you I do mix and match with the bees, I will show you the bees next. These are what they look like. I do use mostly scrap fuzzy yarn for them, so they can be a little mismatched, which I kind of like. So there's another one. I only have 4 right now. This one's a little wonky, but I still think he's cute. It's because I used a different type of, like, it's like a thicker fuzzy yarn, so the middle ended up being a little weird, but we've got him, and then we have this one. So there's only 4. I definitely need to make more of these. These were a big seller at my holiday market, the one I did in December, so running a little low, so definitely need to make more of these. But we have 4 bees, and these are $8 as well. I think I already said that. Next we have chickens. So I have 2 sizes. I probably am not going to make this size anymore just because I was using a very specific yarn, and I'm now out of that yarn, and it was a yarn that I didn't plan on buying, if that makes sense. Honestly, I think I got it at Michael's, and there's no Michael's where I live now, so that's just great. Anyways, these are my mini chickens. I have 2 of them, and these ones are $8. And then I also have my bigger chickens, and then these ones are 10, and I have 2 blue ones that are kind of, I was inspired by like the Stardew Valley Shane chickens, and I have 1 of my like really hard black and white yarn. I have 1 of those left, and then I also have 2 reds and 1 yellow chicken. I did just frog a octopus that the eyes were messed up on, so I have more of this yellow yarn, so I might make a chicken with that. So yeah, so we have 6 large chickens and 2 small chickens. Alright, next we have, I usually call them my one-offs. It's basically just crochet that I made one of that I'm not necessarily planning on making more of, but I still could. Right now I just have turtles though, because I did sell most of my one-offs at my last 2 fairs. But the first one I have is this turtle. I really like this turtle. I think it's so cute. And then I also have this turtle, which I don't like as much. This was my first pattern, and I didn't like how this pattern really turned out. And then I found this pattern, and I think he's much cuter, but you know, there you go. I don't remember actually what I priced these at. I think I had him at 18 and him at 25, but that could change. I don't have really set pricing on them. But yeah, these are my 2 turtles. All right, next we have my octopus. So my large octopus, I guess. So these are what they look like. I really like this pattern. I think these are so cool. I don't see a lot of people selling the ones with the full tentacles. But yeah, I have one turquoise one blue one, and this is the same yarn that I did the blue chickens in. And then I do have one purple, and then I have 3 of these white ones. They're kind of white and tan. It's like an ombre, if you look at it. So yeah, I sell these for $12 each. And so yeah, we've got 6 of them total. Next we have miniature octopus. So these are the more traditional ones I feel like that you see online. So they don't have like the full tentacles, but they have the little ones at the bottom. So I have 4 in the white tan, and then I do sell these for $5. But if you buy a large one and a small one, I'll do $15 for both, which is $2 off. And then if you buy 2 large ones, I'll do that plus a small one. I dropped it. I'll do that for $25. So the small one is only $1 if you get 2 of the large ones. And then we have 2 of these yellow ones, and then 2 reds. And then I do have this one because I ran out of my red yarn. So I kind of gave him like blue tentacles, and I still think it's pretty cute. So in total, we have 9 mini octopus. All right, next we have something that I'm actually not sure if I'm going to sell because they don't sell ever. Because they're kind of pointless. And not that my other stuff isn't pointless. Yeah, so I had this genius idea back last May, June, as a way to like use up, because I have a lot of really small balls of like scrap yarn. So I came up with this idea of making these pouches. I've never sold one. I was selling them for $5. They take me a while. They take me a lot longer than maybe they're worth. I don't know. But yeah, I came up with this idea. Nobody buys them. My thought process is possibly doing a mystery bag with these, with some of my jewelry. Because I don't only sell crochet. I also do jewelry, collage, stickers, pins, all of that shenanigans as well. So I might use these for that. Or making a mystery bag with mostly like jewelry stuff with 1 crochet item. Because I don't know what to do with these. But yeah, so I have 7 of them. 5 of them are this smaller one. And I don't remember what I did exactly. I think I increased my hook size and I made these 2. I think these 2 are like the only ones that are like semi decently interesting. I don't know. But yeah, we have 7 of these. They might get frogged at some point. I don't really know what to do with them. But they also use so little yarn that I don't even know if frogging them would be worth it. So there you go. Next, we have my new solution to my scrap yarn problem, which is my scrunchies. I think this is a much better use of my scrap yarn. I really like the ones, let's see if I have any, that use my ombre yarn, because I use a lot of ombre yarn for my hats, which is next. So I make these, and I like to make them at craft fairs, actually, because I like to be crocheting, but I don't like bringing my eyes and my, what is this stuff called? God, I'm blanking. The fluff you put in plushies. I don't like to bring all that stuff if I'm at a craft fair, so these are a nice thing to work on that don't require that stuff. And I have some of these ones that are white with the ombre on the outside. And then I do sell these, and I do some that are split. Like I said, I use these to get rid of scrap yarn. Oh, this one's like partially messed up. Love that for me. I like this one. This one's cute. This one's using a lot of different scrap yarns. And I haven't sold one. Actually, no, I did sell one. I sold one at my first December market, and then my mom also bought 2 for me. But I sold these for $2 and 3 for $5. So I have 12 scrunchies. Yay. And last but not least, we have my hats. My hats are technically not crocheted. They are made using a Centrum knitting machine, but they're all reversible. Some of them have the same yarn, so they're not interestingly reversible. But yeah, I sell these currently for $15. I don't really know how I feel about that price. They do take me at minimum an hour, so I mean, I'm not really charging enough, but I also feel like there's so many places to buy hats that people are probably aren't going to pay more than $15. I did start selling them for $12, and then I realized that that was really undervaluing my time, so we moved it up to $15. But yeah, so this is my smallest one. This is the first one I think that I made, so it was before I really figured out how many rows I should be doing. So this one's kind of child-sized. And then I have this one, which I really like. So it's half ombre and then black in the middle if you want just plain black. And then I do have this red one. The heart is actually an applique that I crocheted when I first started learning to crochet. So I had just like I have a random bag of random stuff when I learned to crochet, and this heart was one of them. So I thought it would be kind of cute to add it to this red hat. Yeah, so we got that one. And then pink and purple. And then just purple on the inside. Same design as the other one, except with white on the inside instead of black. And then I really like this one. It's white, black, and then this like color changing purple yarn, which I didn't have enough of to basically make a whole hat. So I use it for this, but I think it looks really cool. That's probably my favorite one. And then I have a couple pride hats, which I made for Pride Fest back in August. And I no longer live where I went to Pride, but anyway, I had to frog a couple of them because I messed up when I was making them, and I realized that I needed to not sell them because they were like slightly messed up. So I've got a trans pride, and then we've got two gay pride ones. We've got rainbow and then another rainbow one. This one is slightly tan yarn instead of white, but that's only the real difference. So yeah, we have 9 hats, and so that is the last of my crochet inventory. I have less than I thought, which is honestly to be expected. I had my, I feel like December's a big month for craft fairs, and then I was in the process of moving out and dealing with that. And so now I am stable-ish in my living situation again, so hopefully we can start crocheting a lot more. I have started about 10 of those frogs I just finished yesterday, so there you go. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I hope to be making more, and have a lovely day. Bye!